Reconnect here in a minute. There we go. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to a Thursday morning edition of the Moose Minute Project. So, titled, Is It Still Justice for All? As we know, that is how we end a certain thing we have learned since we were little. And justice for all. But is it still? Are we still there? Don't believe so. The accountability standards that people are held to, the expectations that we are held to, is not the same. It's not the same as when the late 70s growing up, when your grandparents came every weekend and for dinner on a Sunday, sat around, BS, played cards. If there were issues, they were talked about after, especially as in high school, even in the 90s. You started to see the different things of different families and how different families handled things. It definitely was not justice for all. You could tell that the higher ups in the area could get away with more things. If you had a lot of money, you could get away with more things. If you were in the class that I was in, of low economics, battling every day, working at a young age full-time to survive, to make things work, it wasn't the same. You were held at a different accountability by society first, because you already had a label. You already had a label of, oh, those are the kids from out there. And by out there, I'm talking about anytime you come from Sin City, as it was called. It was basically the projects of Aiken, Minnesota, where all the low-income kids lived. But I will tell you that the parents there were a lot stricter on the kids, and the expectations of how you took care of people and how you helped people was different. Because I think we had to be. It was already a battle to be from that area and to be from those places. So you had to be better. You had to succeed. If you wanted to stand out, you did things differently. Where did that go? Where did the justice for all go? Because I don't think we are all on the same agreement of what that means. And who should be held at higher accountabilities? Obviously, the wealthy are getting away with a lot more just because they can buy their way out of it or buy time to have the best of the best, where a lot of people don't have that option. So if I had a few million in the bank, would my behaviors be any different knowing that, oh, well, I could go do this and this and get out of it or get things lessened? Is that how a lot of people think? It's not how we should think, and it's not how we should allow things to happen. If somebody donates a lot of money to different events, are they different than those that are struggling and just are good human beings? I don't think people are being evaluated on the goodness of what they are. Instead, it is now based on what goods they provide. So do they give extra money to X, Y, and Z? So then, oh, well, we'll just leave them alone. Don't touch them. They're kind of local people, you know. Just don't touch them. They're fine. You know, are they allowed to get away with more things? Guess that's where I was blessed. I was raised by a mom that didn't allow that shit to happen. If I acted up, I paid the consequences. And it wasn't that I was given an opportunity to be. So I needed to be the best ability at the time and the best human being I can be. Or I faced the consequences. So, back to justice for all. We need to get back to justice for all. And I don't care if you give a gazillion dollars to anything, or if you pay X amount of dollars, it doesn't matter. And justice for all means that everybody is held to an accountability standard that should be above and beyond. We should not settle. We should not be just okay with mediocre. You know, I've seen so many comments on the most wanted of Richland County or the Richland County wanted of degrading comments and everything else without knowing the story of any of it. If they are dark-skinned, they automatically are rated different. And it's not right. Everybody on those pages have done stuff to become wanted. So is writing a shit ton of worthless checks different than 2 OWIs or 3 OW? What I'm not understanding is how are we getting to people like the guy that was just arrested over by Madison the other with 8th or 9th OWI? Or how are we getting multiple counts of bail jumping? Oh, well, that's easy. I've discussed that before. If I get arrested for something, well, good God, that ain't going to work, because I will get killed at home first, or I'll be not killed at home because I'll just not have a wife at home and probably not a place to live. But if you're only given a fee of $500 for doing drugs in this country or selling it or whatever, you're going to just pay it and leave. You'll go hide for another 6 months or whatever, because if you're a drug dealer, especially in this county, you're going to make all that money back. So when do we start holding people accountable and making sure it is justice for all? When do we start holding people in important positions more accountable, and when they don't hold the standards, they are voted out or they are sentenced to a time that fits the crime? And why are courts taking so long to come out with verdicts and everything else? Just a thought. Justice for all has been fought for many years by many great people. There are people that sign up every year to put their name on that check, that they will go fight to their death for this county, for this country, for this city. Whatever it is they want to do, they will go fight to make sure there is justice for all. And yet, a lot of times, we prove to those people that are fighting for this country that, no, we don't want justice for all. We'd like justice for some, but not all. We don't want to push it that far. We just want to, yeah, no, don't do that. They aren't fighting for this or that. They are fighting for this country and justice for all. It's kind of like when you hear stories about Vietnam vets that came back from Vietnam and they were told to get out of their uniforms, put on street clothes, because people don't like you. People have heard bad things about you. And these guys aren't looking for pats on the backs now. It's too late. It's too late to say to every Vietnam vet, thanks for what you did. It's unfair that they got spit on, swore at, because people thought something, or people had, do you know how many, that's just ridiculous to me. And we still have people signing up to go into the military every year to put their name on that check. We have people in law enforcement that are putting their name on a check that says, we will make your county or city safe no matter the cost. There's people in law enforcement and the military that are signing on duty today that won't sign on duty tomorrow. And it's not the way, because of justice for all, to be mishandled. When everybody goes into a situation and arrests somebody on all of their stuff that they've got going, and then a cop, can you imagine if you're a law enforcement officer and you battled the shit out of somebody, found drugs all over, found everything else, you arrest them, put them in jail, and they walk away the next day, and then pretty soon they're on a wanted list. So you're back searching for them again, and when you find them, you know the fight's going to be on, because that's what they're for. That's the disrespect that I see in all of our counties, whether it's for law enforcement, military, anything. The disrespect is unreal. And I think it's because we fail to get together anymore as families, and the hierarchy of families is not there. It is not holding people accountable to prove that it should be justice for all. And the higher up courts are definitely not holding to our standards of justice for all. They drag out shit far too long. They allow things to happen because, depending on how much money you have in the coffers or in your pockets, or what you can help or do, or what angle you can provide for them, allows you to basically piss on the theory of justice for all. It's not justice for all. It's justice for some, depending on your quality of life. So that's where I'm at today. Little pissed off, little upset. Got a son that's banged up too. Found out, had a little incident the other night, and him and I don't see each other a lot due to his hours and everything else. But yeah, kind of shocked over the news yesterday too. Know the individual. Yeah, it's one of those things too. I know the life he had as a young man, so I'm praying for some intervention there, and praying that he gets touched as far as help that he may need. So, yeah, it is what it is. But if you really want justice for all, you need to prove that you want justice for all and not just some. Or if they've got a lot of dollars to push your way, that's not justice for all. That's justice for the privileged. So And I know people say, Chris, it happens. It's been happening. I know. But it just seemed different when I was younger, that it was justice for all, because if an officer would have ever shown up at my house looking for me and talked to my mom, if they needed me, getting arrested or talking to a cop would have been the highlight of that, versus meeting my mom nose to nose. And a lot of you knew my mom. I outweighed her by probably 100 pounds. I was 6', but I was still scared to death that she would hurt me way worse and hold me to a different level of accountability. So, there you have it. Hope you all have a great day. Shout out to Hammer and Hank. I see that he shot a 300 last night. That's awesome. So, never shot one in my life, so I'm hoping at some point before I give up the dumb game of bowling, I shoot one. 5 279s or 6 279s to my career, but never shot a 300. Quite honestly, I don't think, except for those 279s, was until I moved to Richland Center. So, that's where we're at. Hope you all have a great day. I hope you as well bless somebody along the way today. Have a great day. I've got all the shirts saved for my mom's tournament as of right now, and I posted on there the sizes that are available and the quantities. If you want a shirt for my mom's tournament set aside, they're $25 a piece, no matter what size. If you want a shirt for Marcy's Knockout Alzheimer or Strikeout Alzheimer's, you need to message me your name, your size, and I will set it aside and have it available December 7th. But I have like 29 shirts total that are not spoken for. Look on there. If your size is on there, I've got everything up to 4X. So, let me know. But I'm running low on certain sizes. So $25 a piece. If you want a shirt, you need to let me know, because I think I will be out. And we're only 2 weeks away, I think, or 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Jeepers. Time's flying. So, yeah. Got 50, I think 50. I just updated the sponsors list too. I think 53, 52 sponsors with different items that are going to be available, from raffles to silent auctions. So it's going to be a great day. Got a lot of people coming to town. My family is going to be helping out with all the events. And, yeah, I'm not bowling in it. I'm going to be strictly running it. I'm hoping for a great day as well. So, we will talk to you soon. Take time to bless somebody's day today. And, I'll be back tomorrow morning with another edition of the Moose Minute Project.